Football has changed since the blood and thunder days of Roy Keane. Back then, the players prepared in the tunnel as if they were going to war. Nowadays, the opposition spend half the time trying to get off with each other in the tunnel. The modern day footballer, it wears thin on Roy Keane. A man who was already born without a shred of patience. This guy used to fall out with his teammates back in the 90s. Had he been a Man United player during the modern era, look at some of these flash buffoons. Lads who look like they're more interested in the next selfie than the prospect of a league winner's medal. Putting them in the same dressing room as a serial winner like Roy Keane, it would be like putting a cat in a Shark Tank. One player that Keane would have despaired of were he still a player at that club. 2016 Memphis Depay.
I stay humble, but I'm next. You don't wanna see me flex. Then why you on my Instagram?
This guy, while producing the end product and work rate of a floppy pillow, was driving around Manchester in flash cars, turning up to Carrington training, wearing a leather jacket and a cowboy hat. And that was after a defeat to Stoke. Keane used to think Damien Delaney was too flash at Ipswich, and all he did was just wear his baseball cap back to front. If he thought that was too flash, what the f does he think of a guy with this monstrosity painted on his bastard back? Yes, David Beckham loved the limelight and probably visited the tattoo parlor twice every week, but he at least backed it up with performances on the pitch and the almost dedication on the training field. Depay was a £20 million lump of disappointment and acted as if he was a superstar. Honestly, the thought of these two guys sharing a dressing room, there'd have been decapitations. 2017 Paul Pogba. Well, we don't need to guess. We know Roy Keane has a major problem with Paul Pogba's attitude. And not just Pogba, modern players in general. This guy was supposed to be a Man United captain, the modern day version of Roy Keane. Can anyone remember Keane bringing out his own emoji, getting 6 different haircuts a week, having his agent talk of a move to Man City mid-season, hugging the opposition in the tunnel, celebrating like an epileptic seal? Do you know how Roy Keane used to celebrate goals? With a manly fist pump. Pogba dances around like a drunk cocktail waitress on her hen do. Keane said players were glued to their phones back when he was finishing up in 2005. Back then all they could do was play Snake. Coming in after a bloodthirsty game against Arsenal or Chelsea and being forced to watch the likes of Pogba and Lingard dance around on Instagram without a trophy to show for their efforts, there'd have been murders. 2019 Jesse Lingard. Remember that Jesse Lingard video on Instagram last summer? A man who dances around, craving the limelight when he's done absolutely nothing to back it up. This guy is everything Roy Keane hates in the modern player. Bringing out a clothing line the same week as a trip to Anfield, with your manager clinging onto his job for dear life. I can't even imagine these two in the dressing room. It wouldn't work. I'm convinced that Lingard, he'd be dead. He'd be dead! 2013 Wilfried Zaha. There is a reason why Wilfried Zaha did not make it at Man United. Sure, the existence of David Moyes did not help, but listen to this for excuses.
Me going to a big club when I was 19 or 20, I didn't know what to expect, how to behave, whatever. I was just a youngster who wanted to do tricks. I didn't even care about end product really.
Didn't even care about end product. Oh, I'm sure Keane would have loved you.
The club hadn't given me a car, like every other player, nothing.
This guy is blaming his Manchester United demise on the fact the club never bought him a bastard car. Just 30 seconds after saying he didn't care about end product? Oh, Roy Keane would have loved you. Christ, if he even dared mutter that on the training pitch, he'd probably currently be a bag of bones buried 6 feet under the Carrington Road. Anyway, that's the end of it, lads. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Have I been too harsh? Would Roy Keane actually love these players? Something tells me not even a little bit. I still think he'd probably drown Jesse Lingard in a bath. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while.